Reality.
UFOs.
Science.
Consciousness.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
That might not be a real thing. The podcast.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. I'm the Candyman, coming at you as always with Macca and officially moving.
I knew you'd remember.
I
knew you'd remember.
I received a communique this week.
Yes.
Henceforth,
You shall be known.
Danny D will be known as
Demonic.
Danny Demonic.
Heretofore.
That's my name.
So we are now hanging out with Danny Demonic. It's kind of the way I took it from you, Dan, was like this. All right, like, transgender people are getting a lot of like representation and rights right now in the world, and it's essentially like 20 years ago they would have been called freaks. Now they're like, if you had a cousin whose name was like Joan, and it was a girl, and she decided she wanted to become a man, or she
wants to take charge
she
of who
felt
she
like
is.
she was a man inside, and she's going to now represent it on the outside. And she goes to everyone she knows and says, "Hey, you have to call me John now."
That's my name.
And most people today will respect that and go with it. And I feel like, okay, Danny went to this vampire ball and really found himself. And Danny Demonic,
It's always been around. It's been around for a while. But the thing is like it's already my name, Dan. So it's not that far off. You don't have to call me anything
it
different.
rolls off the tongue nice.
Yes. Also, I'm not changing my name on my license, and I'm not changing my legal name or
This is
how I
just-
identify.
this is your
my moniker. This
public-
is my This is like when I'm out at
stage name.
things and like Instagram and all sorts
It's your
of things.
professional name.
It's my name. Yeah.
All right, so
Dan Demonic, Dan D Demonic, Danny D Demonic.
Candyman, Macca, and Dan Demonic
Yeah.
coming at you live.
That's it.
This show is brought to you by NRGtree.com. Check them out for all things solar. That's
R
G.
Tree.com.
That was a good one.
I mean, if you do something over and over again, sooner or later you get better at it.
That's progressive overload in action.
That's right.
I guess.
It is.
And if you like the show, guys and gals, and Jones and Johns and everyone else in between, whatever you want, Danny Demonics, whatever you want to identify as, spread it around, baby. We had
That
a
like button.
just pass it on to someone that you think would like the show. Okay, I'm not asking you to just go out there and be like, hey, send it to 10 different people. Like, I mean, sure, maybe some you can do that, and some of them will like it. But if you think you know someone that would definitely be into our show and you listen to this show, pass it around. We had, we're trying to improve the society, one podcast at a time. And last week we had a milestone, record high listen. I want to say it was 408 listens all over.
That's awesome.
Back at what's going on.
Chilling, baby.
Any big upsets in the chess world this week? Or-
Well, let me tell you.
I swear to Christ.
Would you
I
like to
saw
share
that.
anything about your life?
I'm just gonna tell you. I
You
saw
don't know anything?
it popped up in my feed.
What the chess thing?
The
My
chess.
brother told me about
The
that.
anal
It was
beads
real.
chess thing.
It's real.
No, it popped
No,
up
but
in my
he actually
feed.
they actually think he did.
They think he did. They think he. You. So now they check
all of a
him.
sudden he got really good.
But it's scary because I didn't Google it. My phone just heard it and was like,
Right.
"Oh, we're gonna look that
He
up."
was already really good, but he got to that level that he wasn't supposed to be at.
And he beat a world champion, which
Yeah.
you just don't do. It
Yeah.
just doesn't happen.
I'm just telling you, the anal beads thing was in
That
the
kind of relates to my
headline to
one of
the
my
story.
topics today. That anal
Oh,
beads thing.
we are gonna do our
Yeah.
porn thing today.
Yeah.
Or the categories of porn, but let's
Yeah.
get through some.
But yo, the chess dude, that saga is still continuing to evolve. They check that guy for every tournament.
some interesting developments.
Every tournament that he goes to, they check him, and they obviously can't make him pull down his pants and check his asshole. But like they
like
make him go through.
electronic sweep.
Yes, they go through a metal detector.
They want him to play in a Faraday cage from
Yeah,
now on. No
yeah.
transmissions in or out.
It's pretty awesome. Where
Is that
it's
what the
going.
world of chess has come to at this point? Well,
Pretty wild.
I don't know what to tell you. It's competitive out there, man.
It is.
Don't fuck with it. I wanted to do a song of the week
I
this week.
want to do it too.
And you're gonna love it. You introduced me to it a while back. The song itself is good on its own, as always.
Yeah.
It has there's a band from the 90s named Crocus. It's got like a Crocus sound to it. They're considered a hair band, but the song is From Hell With Love by Beast in Black.
Yeah.
And they were like, you sent me the video one time, and the video's kind of like Conan the Barbarian-esque, there's like flames and guys in tattered clothes.
Fucking
and
awesome.
Big swords, and I think there's some skulls and fire in there and shit. It's like vintage metal.
I like vintage
iconography.
80s fantasy epic metal. I love that.
So-
Like Iron Maiden does a lot of that. Like,
Yeah, it's that whole scene. So like
Yeah.
Beast in Black is the name of the band. They've got shit up on the internet and YouTube and stuff like everyone else. I don't think they've got any record deals just yet, but
Yeah.
They're new, or they're a young band.
Dan sent me this years ago, so like 2-3 years ago. So I mean, they're out there. I mean,
yeah.
they're not.
Get
as-
your music on any platform, though.
yeah, Cybertronic Spree's got a big. They're the Transformers band.
Yeah.
They've got a big thing going on Kickstarter right now to get an album going, and
Beast,
they're
Beast
not.
in Black.
Yeah, I mean the Cybertronic Spree is not bad. They do some great covers.
There's some good bands that like are influenced by like sci-fi. Like there's like a Star Trek punk band called No Kill Eye that has awesome songs.
Why do I not know about them?
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
I'm gonna check
On
them
a
out now.
5-year mission, no kill eye. You'd like
Get
it.
the fuck
Through
out
the
of
center
here.
of the universe, no kill eye. With a green skin girl, no kill. You like it?
Jesus.
It's fucking punk. And then they got this other band called what's it called? Something 9. Oh, they sing a William Shatner song. It's pretty funny.
What's your song of the week?
My song of the week is a death metal. I listen to a lot of death metal, thrash, and like black metal. Mostly death metal and thrash. But this is a late 90s band. They might have come up a little bit before that. Mortician. And it's a song called... where the hell did it go? Oh, it's from an album, Chainsaw Dismemberment, Drowned in Your Blood. Another song is Flesh Ripper, Witch's Coven, Blood Craven. They got a lot of cool songs, but they're a death metal band and I like them, and that's what I'm giving you this week. So.
Danny Demonic sounds like it's right up your alley.
Right up my alley.
As you
In
know,
fact, my next battle vest is gonna have a back patch.
you're gonna do a secondary.
I'm doing a
vest?
second one because
Like
the first one's
more
goofy
cutting
and
edge.
over the top. I'm gonna do it's gonna be more gory and more hardcore. Like it's not gonna just be like kind of goofy and like lots of pins and bullshit. It's gonna be a lot different. I'm gonna retire the other one and I'm gonna do a new one.
I'm excited that you.
badass.
I'm excited you can post your battle vest on our IG and people
Yeah.
can understand what that means.
Yeah.
Mackie, I'm a avid gamer.
Yeah, I do.
So I just want to give a shout out. My shout out for the week is this guy's been shout out before, but oh my God, I love him. He's Brian03 from Alaska. Last night, see, I game just about every night, but on weekends, shit gets real because more people are online. And so you get out there and you've got these groups of friends and you can only play X amount of people in a game on a team. But you can set up like these custom matches where you can invite multiple groups of friends to play each other, right? So like that's been kind of what we've been getting into on the weekend. Shit's been getting personal out there. It's been there's been some and there's been some serious shit talking.
Okay.
And basically,
What's the shit talking like?
well, like they call brutal. Like
Yeah.
you guys are bitches.
Yeah.
We fucked you up. Just bad shit
Like,
talk.
does it get racist? Does it get?
I
It's
called
definitely.
I called the dude an Oompa Loompa when he's talking shit to me once because I know that he's short. But is that racist?
That's not racist.
Well,
Anti LBGTQR.
I was like, listen, you
Very-
little Oompa Loompa, I'll drop kick you. But no, man, the shit talking's real, and words hurt, and it's been getting personal out there.
Yeah.
But and it's always personal for me, baby. I want the win. So Brian's one of my guys I play with regularly, and we play with these other guys that are debatably more skilled than us.
Yeah.
It is debatable because they only play with like a very specific loadout.
Yeah.
Whereas like you drop me there, I'll play with anything and do well. So I'm like a more versatile player, and my stats are, I mean, I'm in the same score range as they are in terms of ranking, but like in terms of like putting kills down and doing certain things, they're a little bit better, but they're playing nonstop with the same thing all the time.
Right.
It's like we talked about earlier. If you do something over and over again, like eventually our NRG tree jingle is going to be awesome. But right now it's like,
We're working towards it.
it's rough. But last night, man,
We're gonna boys to men that.
Brian beat the fuck out of the team that beat the fuck out of us last week. And instead of talking any shit like they did, we just took the high road and silenced it. And,
like,
and man,
Thanks for playing, guys.
no, nothing, just nothing. Fucking getting into
Shout out to
shout
video
out.
games.
But shout out to my main man. Great job, fucking God. The amount of dopamine that was released into my bloodstream last night is not a normal amount for gaming. It's got to be like what. It's got to be what like gambling addicts get when they hit a jackpot.
I live on dopamine highs. I think. I
love-
think that's part of the reason why
love dopamine highs.
why I feel so good as I about to hit 40. I don't think in my early 20s or whatever I got the dopamine hits I get now.
Well, you burnt your system out with artificial releases.
Yeah, it could be
Receptors.
that. It could be that.
You were getting mad at Dan because he interrupted your shout out.
I'm not mad.
You skipped my artist spotlight, so
We didn't skip it. You just
you went to shout out.
you can talk
went
about
right to
it.
shout out.
I didn't know what he was talking about with the guy in the video game stuff, so I was really confused. So I just threw something else out there.
It's all right. It's all right, buddy. What's your artist shout out? What is it called now?
It's right now. It's artist spotlight.
Artist spotlight.
Yeah. And what I think is really good is that you guys like the same music, and I don't particularly like that music, but I'll fuck with it. But I always go with more of a hip hop or R&B or whatever vibe. So
Not metal.
sticking with that.
Talk about sex, baby.
Yeah,
that kind of R&B.
yeah.
Those were women.
My artist spotlight tonight is a coke rap. Well, he's a rapper, but he raps about selling cocaine. His name is Freddie Gibbs.
Wait, so he's never sold cocaine, basically?
I think he probably has
All
sold
right.
cocaine.
It's not like Biggie who had like a job at a grocery store saying he was a crack dealer.
Biggie did sell crack, but not in a.
I like how people argue about that. Like it's like they got to figure out like what happened because like he'd be more legit if he actually did sell crack.
Yeah. If he sold it at the level he says he did,
But he didn't.
he did sell crack.
Yeah, but
His
like
mom.
listen, I've sold drugs. All right, like does that make me legit? No.
No,
I don't know.
he
I
could
feel like
rap about
I don't
it.
right, but I don't think he was like a huge.
He wasn't a
drug dealer.
kingpin. He
Nah.
Don't do it in Russia. That
I think it was
and
just I think he played
WNBA
a
brought
part.
still
He
still
played a part.
lockdown over
Yeah.
there.
But anyways, Freddie Gibbs dropped a new album this week. It's called Souls Sold Separately. He also has a few what some hip hop people call classics. They're called with an album named Alfredo and then Bandana. So check him out, Freddie Gibbs. If you're into that type of shit, you'll like it.
You have repeatedly wanted to shine a spotlight for our audience on these guys who
So that's good, though.
gangsters
No,
and are
listen,
doing
though.
negative shit, but you like
Listen-
their music.
Listen, though, that's good though because I
Okay.
do like
Just wanna
a obscure
fact-
metal band.
Yeah.
When
Fact
you
check
do
it.
rap. It's kind of like we get both sides of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the metal bands aren't like, yo, I kill dudes and sell
No,
crack.
but some of them,
What are they?
some
what
of them
they
are
talking
showing some
about?
disturbing imagery though, and
just-
like somehow bordering racist, fascist imagery.
I don't
Yeah,
know, like
exactly.
Like they're showing, like some of them are for shock value.
I like hip hop. I'm not shitting on it. I'm just saying
Do you want to?
it's two different things.
What are the metal guys talking about? Fucking what? Fucking animals and cutting
No.
serial killer shit.
Depends on the song.
Listen, I was just going
Or
to talk
getting
about serial
molested.
killers. Can we do an episode on serial killers? Because I'd really like to talk about my favorites and what they did.
Was Jeffrey
and-
Dahmer a serial killer?
Oh yeah.
So that new
he
that,
is the serial
He's
killer.
that
the
new
serial
that new Netflix series is about him.
Yeah, and it's
the
really
dude
good.
who plays him is the guy that played I think Quicksilver in the X-Men
Yes.
movies.
Yeah.
Those scenes are fucking the shit
It's
in the
dark.
X-Men
He
movies.
was dark.
It's a dark
Yeah.
fucking show.
I mean,
dude.
and they don't really have to embellish much because like Dahmer did this stuff.
I'm not gonna watch it,
So
I'll tell you what. What I want to know about, and I think what everyone else wants to know about, and you said the word in your story, so it just flagged me right back to it. Is did you check out what? First of all, last week you wanted to know what I watch for porn. I wouldn't disclose it because of which website I go to.
oh yeah, I got mine.
Mine, I know everyone what is it? Pornhub? Is that what everyone watches?
Pornhub. Yep.
I watch xvideos.com.
probably the same thing, but Pornhub the main.
Probably all the same producers on all the different things. Like
You'll find probably the same videos. They probably put it on every platform.
one of my favorites.
They're trying to get people now to their OnlyFans too.
Yeah.
So like, it's not just about watching porn, and they probably get ads. But like,
That's actually ruining internet porn. They're stopping to like used to have great internet porn for we had a ring
There's
of
still a
20
good selection though. Yeah. There's enough in circulation.
Let's just start at the beginning, okay? I was like when we were kids, we had Playboys, right? And that's a fucking
Penthouse was really
nudie magazines, okay?
Hustler came out.
Then you could go like
That one you could see a pussy right up close.
you could go to an
You could
adult
see everything.
You could go to
Oh, that's what that thing is.
hey, you could go to an adult store and you could buy videos that were physically on tape or DVD. DVD was a treat. You could really skip around to a precise second on that, whereas video was like you were literally fast forwarding and rewinding.
Yeah.
It was a
Renting though, it's got to be embarrassing too though.
the renting of the porn is that's a thing I don't know about. We were
I never
too
did it.
young
We
to
were
do
too
it.
young.
We would steal them and run.
Yeah, I think you remember you doing that actually.
Of course.
We distract a guy and he run it.
Someone had to go in and do it.
There's also the stores too. You
Yeah,
go
so
to the
that's what
stores
I'm
and
saying.
buy
You
it.
could go to a store like Tower News or shout out Tower News from Lolos.
Blockbuster.
I don't even want to know how many people have
Tower.
got their rocks off in that actual building,
Right.
but it's got
They
to
have
be
booths.
a gross number.
A guest on our show did it.
Tower News had, I mean, I've done it. Tower News, me and my boys in high school went there. Like, as soon as we were 18, we're like, Tower News, baby, let's see
And you
what's...
went and you jerked off in booths.
Oh, everybody did. They
You did?
I think your brother, everybody, we all did. We didn't know what it was about. In New York, we had seen things on TV where there was like peep shows where you
Yeah.
like put a quarter or a dollar in and like a thing goes
That's
up.
our ass against the glass.
Something will happen. There's a real woman in a glass case and she'll show you something. Like we thought there would be something like that there, but they had these little rooms where you just had a TV and a little room to jerk off in and porn. And this is not like
It's a regular
We
thing.
weren't misusing the rooms. This
Yeah.
was exactly what they were designed for.
Yeah.
And grown-ups would go in there and they'd get their rocks off and leave. Right. And like because we didn't have internet porn.
Right.
Okay? And now you do, and you can
90s kid.
Yo, forget.
Oh my god!
about it.
When I was like 12 years old, if I had this internet porn in my palm of my hand,
And then you had
it
dial.
would have ruined my development.
You don't know that. You could have. Your penis could be an inch bigger now from the amount of like work you
Fucking I
put
did.
into it.
I already did it enough as it is.
I'm just telling you. But we had dial up, right? And then DSL. So like we had like I remember a
Remember the
website.
CD, the disc, what we got with Topanga on it?
Hold on, I remember a website. My boy Mikey told me about it when I was like a real young kid. He's like PersianKitty.com.
Yes!
And I was like,
Oh my god, that
And I
was
was-
back in my brain.
and I was like,
PersianKitty.com. That was the website
that sounds
we talk about.
that sounds great. Let's check it out. And like we dial it up. We didn't know about search
Oh my
history. I don't think my
God.
parents knew about
Nah,
search.
Chris, I haven't thought about that in 20 years.
So PersianKitty.com, and you could go on there and you could look at a picture of a girl naked. So it was
Yeah.
internet.
Chris was like, that's the one to go to, PersianKitty.com back then.
Yeah, I didn't know about sports, but I knew about that shit.
Yeah.
All right. I was put.
Fucking weird that you just said that.
Oh, dude,
It was a wrinkle in the back of my
that's
brain.
burned in my brain. PersianKitty.com when I was a
How
kid.
did my brain access that after 20 years?
You hear the modem go, and you're like, oh god, I hope my parents don't hear that. And like, you know, like they had still photos of naked girls,
Yeah.
right? And there wasn't a huge selection. But as time's gone on,
It's evolved very quickly.
it's
I mean,
it's real time.
from
It's really
19
snowballing
It's
fast.
3D.
from what 1999 on, there was no internet porn that was easily accessible.
And I'm just
No,
saying,
there was, but it wasn't very good.
It wasn't accessible in a way that isn't.
When Napster came
10
out
years
after like
ago.
2001, whatever, you could get stuff, but it took like 3 days to download one video.
Yeah.
You're talking to someone who believes in masturbating daily, and
I thought you were just gonna say you talked
Part
about
of the
who's
8F.
literally slept with over 3 bitches.
I have slept with over 3 bitches.
That's not very feminist. I'm sorry.
I'm just telling you.
Bitches in a pleasant.
I'm responding to a quote that you said.
Yeah, it's from Ali G.
I'm re paraphrasing. So
Booyaka.
I don't know the terminology. Listen, All I can tell you is that in the last 20 years of my adult life, the amount of times I've masturbated, rubbed one out without internet porn, like I'm talking like old fashioned, close your eyes and go like you're 12.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 times. Maybe 5
Some
tops.
people go off memory
Oh, like reliving past ones.
in the bank.
I do that, but I'll go on to online porn and find a girl that reminds me of a certain girl and be like, oh yeah, this is
Yeah,
close
that's
enough.
the one. Yeah.
And yeah. And so xvideos.com, but now, you go to, after you had the dial up, you had like the looped MPEGs, right?
Yeah,
Is that what it
yeah,
is?
yeah.
MPEG,
Yeah.
is that what it is? The file?
Internet developed pretty fast, though. We were like,
It came on.
I don't
very-
think we were on like the dial-up as long as we think.
But we
No.
didn't have a 45-minute, hour and a half porn scene downloadable in real time at our fingertips with, whilst you're watching that, if you scroll underneath, there's 10 other suggestions of
Yeah.
like, hey, if you like this, then you should definitely watch these ones too. Right.
Listen, you can always count on Candyman to have some sort of jerk-off material.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Like whether it was magazines under in his closet or something. Like
I
he
hit,
had
him
something.
I hit him in my brother's room in case
He
my
had
mom found him.
videos.
But all right, we
Yeah,
all
that's smart.
also like. What about the TV? And this is like a running joke of
Well,
like
TV sucked then too.
the static that was just on public. Anyone could see. It was like it would be porn.
You talking
And
about
it
like
would be static, and you could see
Yes.
through the static a little that there was fucking going on.
I saw Spice Channel through that.
That's-
I saw boobies. I saw boob.
that's what he's talking
Yeah, it
about.
was scrambled.
Like,
when we
what
were
the fuck
when
was
we were
that?
when we were
Scrambled porn.
well, what it is you were accessing a channel on the TV.
But it wasn't
And
reforming the
because
signal.
because you changed the channel, it was like it wasn't it wasn't encoded and decoded properly. You were getting like pieces of it, so, and by design, so that you had to pay for it.
Right.
But when you're 12, you just put on channel 4 on the TV, and then you put the Spice Channel on the cable box, and you got a half a
Isn't
porn.
Yeah,
that
but even
amazing?
then, it was the freaking the dial TVs
No, it was-
where you flip
Yeah.
through.
It's on-
Oh,
it's on
68. Yeah, here we go.
They're
Here it is.
broadcasting it all the time.
Isn't that amazing that they were broadcasting all these channels at once? And
Oh, yeah.
you just had to have the device to like
Who knows?
accept it
Who
and
knows?
decode it.
Who knows what they were broadcasting that we didn't know about?
I'm sure
like
and
super rich.
There's
people.
a bunch of there's times where like people hacked news stations and shit, like the Max Headroom incident, where they hacked the news station and they had like 3 minutes of like doing some really weird shit.
Hacking
Like,
the
yeah,
airwaves.
and you can find it online. And it's creepy as shit. Like they never found out who did it. They thought it was maybe somebody that worked there. Somebody hacked the airwaves. It's a huge crime.
If you fast forward to today, though, we've got
Right.
countless tabs of what are, I guess, becoming mainstream categories. The categories that we do consider mainstream have been evolving over and over. Now you've got, what do you think, 100 more?
Categories?
Yeah, like I'm
Oh,
talking
way
like
more
I'm
than
talking like tabs that are preset on when you go on like xvideos.com, there'll be like 30 tabs up there. Some of them will say black, Asian, white, multiracial. I'm just naming tabs here, right? They'll be like deep throat, anal, gangbang, midgets,
Fat ass white chick.
fat ass white chicks.
I don't want to go through the
That's a
list
pog,
yet
yeah?
because don't go through the list yet because we want to say our list.
Well, I'm just naming off one.
And I want to say our list, and we'll see if anybody else has the same one. See if we match
that was
up.
the idea of the game.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We should go through one, and go around until all 10 are done.
You're the boss.
Instead
What
of
do you-
doing 10 in a row each. You know what I mean?
Well, mine is
we'll
going
do
to be
our
a little
first.
complicated, but we'll get to it.
All right. Do you want me to start?
What do you got, buddy?
Hold on a second. Where's my...
First of all, what website were you on?
I'm on Pornhub, but I have no clue where I put my phone.
That's okay.
Oh, it's right here. I got it.
Jerking off's a weird thing
I'm back.
too. When you're a kid, you don't want to get caught by your siblings and your parents. Then when you're a grown up, you don't want to get caught by your you
right.
don't want to get caught by your children or anyone. Sometimes
Okay,
your
so my
spouse.
first one is an obvious one. There's a few here that are really obvious, but
Wait,
there's some
wait.
that you'll laugh at.
What website is it? Is it Pornhub?
Pornhub.
Okay.
Yeah. First one is vampire. Search vampire.
So that's its own tab,
yeah, I like that.
clearly.
Yep, very clearly. There's all sorts of shit.
And so if you want to watch some vampire porn, you've got it.
Yeah, but it's pretty good, like real good porn. It's just they're vampires, or there's a vampire and she's a victim. Maybe even turns into a vampire after she
I'll have to check
gets
some
off.
out.
Yep.
I'll check some out.
There's a bunch. Yeah.
Next chance I get.
So, anyways, Sean, you're up.
My website is xnxx.com.
What?
See?
How are you guys not using Pornhub? You savages.
I told you there's
I
tons of
use
stuff.
Pornhub, but like,
You told me something outside. Tell our customers or our listeners, because I didn't know about it. But you said
Yeah, all right, so
access it via
I-
third party, right?
yeah. So it's not really a third party; it's just a different search engine. And Dan, you may know of it. It's what is it? DuckDuckGo.
No, I don't know what that is. What
Never-
do you use that for?
DuckDuckGo is like
Never
a
heard of it.
safe searching internet search.
Wait, who are you worried about seeing it?
Google.
What do you care if Google sees it?
Because, man,
They definitely
You know,
know.
yeah.
They see it
What
anyway.
shit are you up to?
it don't matter what I'm up to. It's just that someday they'll fucking use this over your head.
They can give me back
You'll
all
be like,
my
oh,
kids.
getting that promotion, huh?
I'm waiting for. I don't want to
what
go.
Oh,
do
you're
you-
running for president, huh?
So what topic?
Yeah,
what's
that's
one
true,
of your
but
What's one of
I'm
your
never
top
gonna do
10?
anything like that, though.
But Leo, check this out though. XNXX does not have categories; they have tags. So
All right, though. I didn't pick
There's
categories. I
2,000.
just searched. These are my searches I do.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's okay. Okay, go ahead.
there's 2,000 tags. So
Well, just pick what your searches
me-
would be. You know what I mean? If you did a search.
I don't search. So all right. Here's the thing with DuckDuckGo, though. All right. So DuckDuckGo doesn't like keep your searches. It doesn't. So like if you were on,
No, your search is on the website, though.
right? Yeah, it doesn't. So I used to search, but I've changed over for like a year, so I don't search anymore. I just let the X and X tell me what's fucking going on, and I just pick from that.
Okay.
So because like DuckDuckGo doesn't keep your algorithm, it like resets every time you shut it off. So like on Pornhub, you will have your regular shit. DuckDuckGo doesn't save it. It just fucking
I'd
every
rather
time
just let
I
it all
go.
ride. I got nothing to hide.
Well, that's for me. It's like that's what I'm just riding. I'm letting it all ride. I'm letting this thing take me for the ride.
all right.
Okay, now don't start. Don't get my engine going with anything yet. Okay. I
Your
got
first one, Chris.
I got about 10 letters this year from different companies that said, "Oh, hey man, sorry, there's been a major identity theft breach in our system, and your data's been leaked." So
Yeah, that happens all.
that shit's fucking.
They
out.
sell it.
That shit's already out there. There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
I live a pretty cavalier lifestyle, pretty wild lifestyle. I feel like if Google or the man or whoever's watching had a problem with what I'm doing, they would have shut me down by now, and no one has. So I'm going with it, man. I don't mind the searches. So one of the main categories have evolved so much. One I used to get into when I was in college a lot was goth porn. I liked
Yeah.
the chicks, the gothed out chicks.
It's funny 'cause that's my second,
It's similar to vampire porn.
That's my second choice is Goth Girl.
But I don't know. I'm into it.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
The goth. I mean, I got lots of stuff. That's
I got,
one.
yeah, I got lots of stuff too, and stuff that isn't just goth or vampire related. But so yeah, my second one is Goth Girl. So if we're going around,
Yeah, they could be overlap.
so yeah, there are overlaps. So
That means that it's a category that
Yeah.
exists. It's out there.
yeah,
'Cause
so
it's
we
on
overlap two in
It's
a row.
on
That's
multiple.
kinda cool.
It's on multiple websites.
Yeah.
And it does make sense that you would like it, but I didn't know if you'd expect that I would like it. Although
No,
I pretty
I-
much
no, I
like
knew you
every,
liked that
I
too.
pretty much like everything.
Sean, what's your next?
Let me just read though. Like, all right, this is what XNXS does, right?
This is
Let
what
me
pops
just say
up.
this, right? So it generates different things every time, and on the first page you scroll down, it's all categories. So number one is
And that's not random. They put that shit in there based on
it's
popularity.
based on popularity. So number one is stepmom and son.
That's been a huge thing I've seen lately.
Yeah, that's
been a
like
ton-
that's
dude,
like a pop it
Can I
up.
just tell you some fucked up shit about the world? Okay, I don't know what's going on out there, but I know that during this whole like COVID lockdown thing, people were all stuck in confined quarters together.
Yeah.
and it seemed like it coincided with the
An
rise
increase in
of the rise
incest.
of incest porn.
Yeah.
There's so much porn.
But
on
I
the
didn't
internet.
think of it as incest though.
There's like stepbrother, stepsister, stepmom, uncle, No one's actually, fucking
Real life
kids
family.
on the
They
internet.
have incest ones, but like mostly those popular ones are like step. They're not like brother
But
sister.
it's still like families.
Nah.
I'm telling you,
It's close.
I've
It's
seen a ton of
close.
porn. Like I bang my nephew,
Yeah.
my aunt. There's a lot of incest
half
porn
of
out
it's
there.
not real. But
The
I
fourth-
know it's not real, but the fact is that they've put it up there as a fantasy
Yeah,
for
for
people
people to
to
get their
jerk
rock
off
off.
to,
Yeah.
which means that deep down,
a lot of people want to fuck the
people
sisters.
want to fuck their fucking relatives. Apparently,
They like taboo shit. They like taboo. Like,
I'm just
oh,
telling
this
you,
is so
I've noticed a
wrong.
massive increase in
Yeah, well,
what
let
we
me
would
just say-
consider to be
Sean, what's your
home,
second one?
home porn.
All right, let me just say, second category on this list is just straight doggy style.
Is this your second
well-
one or is
as
it the
well-
one-
Like I said,
As
I
well it
fucking,
should be.
I let this thing take me for a ride. and
Okay, I got it.
As well, it should
Doggy
be.
style.
Yeah.
I-
wait till we get to number 4. Just let me say, just to go on his point, number 4 on this list, the category list, right, is family. Is the whole category just
So
for
1
family.
and 4.
1 and 4 are family.
That's
Yeah.
like top 5.
Chris, what's your second one?
So something that I got into a few years back, and it's one of those things where when you're on a porn website, sometimes you don't really know you're into something specifically like that, but you see it and you're like, I don't know what's going on right now, but I like it. I started watching a lot of like specifically Japanese breast milk, and is this
All right,
there's
that's
some-
not on my
there-
list. That is not on my list.
There are some women out there apparently that have like hair trigger. Dude, I've looked into this because I'm like, are these prosthetics? Like, is this a real thing I'm looking at right now? What is going on?
No, they probably.
And there are some women out there that have like this basically that there's some sort of wire crossed when they're having sex where their breast just starts shooting milk.
Well, also, if you breastfeed a baby and you just keep pumping, you'll forever produce milk.
Well, I'm just
won't
telling you,
stop.
there's this chick, this specific Japanese girl that like when she's having sex, milk is flying out of her
That's fucking
breast
wild.
and it's hitting the dudes and they're like it's getting on the camera and it's everywhere. And
That's
she's
fucking
screaming.
wild.
She's screaming like she loves it. And you can see her boobs, they look firm as shit, so they're like chuck full of something. And she just must have like an abnormally
That's fucked
like
up.
like I'm talking like, some dudes have huge cocks, some dudes have tiny little cocks. Some chicks have huge boobs. Some girls have concave mosquito bites. You know what I mean? Like, so within that huge spectrum, there's women out there that must have like overly lactating breasts and that they're just on a hair trigger ready to go at any second. And this girl's one of them. And she obviously was like, you know what? I think I can make some money with this because it's like a rarity. And I'm a fan of it. And then there are other, like I said, like all porn, you start watching it and there's other videos underneath it. They're like, hey, this
My
girl can do
fucking
it too.
phone died.
And so that's okay. You can go off memory.
All right, so
And
next,
then there's a lot.
we got to be on point though too. Cause
I know there's a lot of girls
more
though,
left
that
and
are
it's 8
just
o'clock.
like milking their boobs onto a glass on like a camera. So they're just videos of chicks just sitting there breastfeeding, like squirting milk out of their boobs onto
Disgusting.
camera.
So
something
my
about
next,
it. I
my
like
next
it.
one is stepmom stuck. That's number 3.
Ah, that's a good one.
So like we were just
I
talking
like
about that.
one, yeah.
Stepmom stuck.
Oh, she's stuck in the laundry machine.
I'm stuck in the. And I was going into the plumbing and
Ass
plumbing,
naked.
and I'm stuck under the coffee table or something. And he's like, "Ooh, what do we got here?" And they're just asses in the air. And she's like, "Wait, what are you doing?" "Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's my stepson." And they're like real obvious about it. Like, well, "You're my stepson.
What would your dad think of
What would your
this?
dad think?" He's not gonna know.
If he comes home early from work, he'll find out.
Well,
pretty
if that
fucking quick.
if he comes home early from work, then he's in the porn. Like,
Yeah. He's just
so
like,
he's in it. He's like, "Well, what are we doing here?"
oh, I'm up. All right. So, all right. Well, I'm just gonna go the ones that I usually get stuck on. Big ass.
Big ass is a good one. Alexis, Texas, baby. She's one of my favorite. You know who I'm talking about, right?
course.
Alexis, Texas.
What's your third one, Chris?
So it's not like it's my favorite. I just see it. I don't like it at all, as a matter of fact. It's a little strange, but I see it a lot. And I didn't even really know what it was until I had to look it up, but cockled. So, like,
Cuckold?
you got, like, a guy who's, like, can't get his dick hard or something, and he's married to a chick,
yeah.
and then some hot guy comes over and fucks his wife right in front of him.
So they do that sometimes with like real couples too.
Yeah,
Tell.
I don't understand I don't understand any of it. Like why that would be hot.
I think he likes to be put in his bitch place is what he does. For some reason, he just like
That's
he's
what.
just
Yeah, I
he's
don't.
a little pathetic loser, and he likes to be.
Why
that.
I can't identify with it. It's
Yeah, I
so
can't
far-
either.
It's so foreign to
I
me.
can't
I
either.
I can't comprehend it.
So my
That's
next
a huge category.
one is titty fucking tank top,
That's a,
often in wet tank top. She gives a titty fuck while she's got a tank top on, and it all goes underneath. You know what I'm talking about?
so you see the guy's dick inside the shirt.
coming up the
out of the
boobs,
tank
but the
top.
shirt's in there, and the tank top is open at the top where her cleavage is,
That makes sense because
and she holds her boobs in with the shirt.
with the titty fucking, girls are always losing the ding dong. It's always falling
Yeah,
out unless
and it
they've got
keeps it in there.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So that's a all-time favorite. of mine.
Try that out at home, kids.
Yeah.
Put a tank top on when you're doing some titty fucking.
And now my wife saw this list before I came here, and I texted her to her. She was texted to me. I texted her. She goes, "Really?" I go, "Yep. Take notes.
Take notes. This is what I'm into, babe. In case you
Yeah.
haven't figured out what I like yet.
Oh, she's figured it out, but still.
When you got over there, Mister Secret Freak.
Chore women.
Sure,
Like
women?
milfs or like grand.
I don't know.
Just older women.
Just whatever. I click on that, and
There are grannies
the
on there.
next
and
thing
that's
is
fucking
is
disgusting.
just kind of who's
Whatever.
The ones with the grannies that are like 70 are fucking repulsive.
I was
People are
doing it.
disgusting.
I was doing it with chicks old enough to be my mom way before it was fashionable to do it.
And it's funny because now they're probably all in the 70s now.
Stifler's mom on American Pie. I already knew before that movie came out that was the ticket. Fucking. The word
that's a
cougar
though.
hadn't been invented yet.
That's a
It was
MILF.
Just
It's not an old granny,
you were
though.
doing it with women old enough to be your mom. Well, when you're 19, that's like a 40-year-old or a 39-year-old, you know? So they're
Yeah.
20 years old. If it's 20 years older than you, it counts as a cougar. And I'm just telling you, I did that for a long time, way before it was fat. Obviously, for me, I like just the fact that you can pick different types of girls. So there's like redheads, there's black girls, there's Asian girls, there's
Anything you want.
anything you want. And so for me, I'm obviously I like variety is the spice of life, but I just like the fact that I have the categories now to pick from. So like, you know, I'm not saying it's a category, but just the fact that we have the basic 5, 6, 7 categories, all Latina, Caucasian, whatever. I like that. So I'm counting that as one. Just
Okay.
just the
Yeah.
human menu spread out.
Of any chick you want. All right, so my next one is amateur real couples. So it's
Yeah.
people who like are really into each other having sex, which I dig because it's not just like hired where it's like, you know, she could be grossed out by him, but she's just doing it. Now these are couples that are really into each other. You could tell just by the way they grind into each other and just the way they are aggressive with each other. You could just tell they're a real couple. I think you can at least, and it's amateur real couple.
That's essentially taken over the OnlyFans now too, right? Like,
Yeah, because it's real couples and it's like
couples made bank doing
Yeah.
that.
And sometimes I will read the comments. Okay, I'll click on comments next to related videos because I find it interesting to see what people say. People actually, I don't have like an account like where I can make a comment, but like people actually say weird shit. Like they'll say something like,
got my list
with
back.
the real couples, they'll say stuff like, that guy's not that good, and then somebody will come in and be like, listen. The guy will be like, you never get laid because obviously this is what real sex looks like. You watch too much porn where it looks like a certain way with certain lighting.
Yeah.
And like this is what real sex looks like, and you don't think it's good because you probably never get laid. You're just so fucking used to porn.
Yeah.
And like porn acting.
Porn's educating our species on what sex is supposed to be. It's rapidly
I
evolving.
think
But it's-
I
yeah,
hope
but
it is
hey,
because
it hurts,
before
too.
it wasn't. It was hurting what it's supposed to look like.
It's all segments
According
of
to who?
sex. Beep. Oh,
Oh, it
I like
depends,
that. I like that. I like that angle. I
A
like
girl
that.
milking everywhere is not an expectation somebody should have. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
so
but I
these
like
guys get these weird
but I like
fetishes
to jerk off to it.
Yeah, you know what my fetish is? Fucking women. Like that's it. Like all these weird things guys need. They're like, I need like one of her toes to be bigger and for her feet to be smelly.
Oh.
Send a picture of her underwear and
Foot
then I'm gonna
fetish
buy
is-
it.
foot
People
fetish
are
is a
fucking
category.
weird. They're fucking weird and bizarre and they're creepy.
So this wouldn't have been my next version one, but I like that too. The real amateur shit.
Yeah, it's real.
It's authentic.
It's like a voyeurism. It's like you're watching real people have sex instead of like them performing for you.
Yeah, yeah, like, and you can tell when like everybody's faking.
Yeah, oh yeah. You can totally tell.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. It's like no one makes that sound.
I like one category that's an oldie but a goodie, and you don't see a lot of them anymore, but every once in a while they have them out, and it's just a straight orgy. Just straight
yeah.
Oh, you can find them.
group
Yeah.
sex, like 20 people doing it, jumping around like absolute filthy animals.
Because it's kind of like inhibitions that people have, like that they can't express in their lives. So like,
Yeah.
it's cool to see it because like morally, you don't want to like, you just don't want to like. I'm here for the gangbang. Like it's just something gross about it.
Right.
Not to those people, they love it.
No, they love it. No, I'm saying like even like as a vampire, I'm still inhibited like on certain things, especially when it comes to my wife and me because we're pretty traditional monogamists. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, what's your next one, Chris?
Well, I just want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to one specific artist in general. You don't see a lot of their videos anymore. They're all about the big fat asses. They like the tig old bitties too. I'm not going to say that they subscribe only to black girls because they have like Latin girls and white girls and just any chick that's built, is on. But this is a specific porn. They're called 40 Ounce Bounce. And they have a little rap. They have a little rap song that they play at the beginning, and these chicks are shaking their asses, and these dudes are just taking 40-ounce beers and pouring them all over the girls' butts. Then they have sex with them.
You got to stand out.
But I love 40 Ounce Bounce.
That's
a
cool.
fucking-
All right.
They've put out some great work, and I want to give them their recognition.
All right, so one of them is Strap On Slumber Party. I don't have to explain that one. It just I like that one.
Strap On Slumber Party?
Yes.
I can't wait to tell you my next one.
I got a couple more too that are really good. And some specific channels too, like you did. I got one like that.
It's 40 Ounce Bounce, baby.
Yeah.
This is one that isn't in the top NXX categories, but this is where I found it, and it's like cat fighting, but that's not always like.
What is it like? Chicks,
If you just
they get in a
search it,
fight and
they
their clothes
get
get
into a
ripped
fight.
off, and
Yeah,
then they
yeah.
dyke it out.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they go second.
But,
They have
like,
like
you
they have
can
like
find
MMA
it.
wrestling ones
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
where they'll
yeah.
just be like doing like triangle chokes and shit, and then
Yeah.
they get it on.
There's a lot of
Yoga,
there's
too.
A lot of post gym, post exercise
Yes.
sex.
Yeah.
That's
Trainer,
become the
trainee.
category.
Yeah,
Like he's standing over spotting him, and then just whips his dick out, and she's just like, "Bleh."
I mean, that does happen. I've had sex in the gym before.
You have?
Oh, totally. Multiple people. Tanning bed, office, all over the place.
Jesus.
Today at the gym, this girl and this guy that were behind the counter disappeared for a while, and in my head, I'm like, I wonder where they're at. And I'm like, I guarantee you they're doing it in the office right now. I know when I was young and worked at the gym, everyone was banging everybody else, and I was just like, that's what's happening.
I worked at the gym.
These
I
two are
remember that,
doing
but I
it.
wasn't-
These two are doing it in the office right now. That's what's happening.
But yo, like, it's not even like there's one, and I know you're talking about. It's like in an octagon. It's like a wrestling match,
Yes.
and then the loser fucks the other one.
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty
a really
great.
good one. But I like the vintage ones would be like two girls that get into like an argument.
That's like
They're
the
roommates, and they're
fight.
just like,
Starts
you
with a little
fucking
shoving.
Why are you wearing my clothes? Like that's my fucking dress.
That's mine.
And then they fight, and then
Pretty funny.
It's all fun and games until the clothes start flying.
Andy, man, what's your next one?
So my next one's an oldie but a goodie. It's been around a long time. Hentai. Cartoon,
that was coming up.
Cartoon porn.
Yeah, that had to come up.
And specifically, if you're looking for something hot to check out, and they've got some great ones. But this one that I texted a buddy of mine this year who knows me, and I'm like, I've been watching a lot of Meru, the succubus. I go, I've been watching a lot of Meru, the succubus hentai lately, and he just texts me back like laughing. He's like, "Oh, you're sick." But there's this demon, this redhead demon. So she takes possession of these like nice girls' bodies, and she's an absolute like
nymphomaniac.
unsatiable appetite for sex, and she needs like actual semen to like power her like magic or whatever.
That happens in one of Kingsley's books.
So it's called Maru the Succubus, and I want you to go home and check it out because it'll be right up your alley. It's like a little demon that possesses chicks, and then she just goes and fucks all the guys in the high school, and
right,
the
I'll check
teachers
it out.
and everyone, and it's
Maroon what?
Maru, Meru, the Succubus, and
Maru the Succubus,
she's
okay.
like she's like
Is that a
red,
famous one?
It is now.
I've seen, like-
she's a red demon.
I think I've seen stickers at like Spencer Gifts.
Oh, whew.
So
They're putting out good work.
my next one is and I'll tell you why this is my next one. It's been an oldie and a goodie for a long time. Is not always best quality, but celebrity sex tape, and I'll tell you why. I like to be able to see like Kim
Yeah.
Kardashian giving a blowjob, or like Paris Hilton, or like Pamela Anderson.
Nicki Minaj.
Was one of the originals with Tommy Lee. Yeah, you get to see them. That's actually them, like having sex. Like this famous person is doing it just like the rest of us do,
Ass naked,
ass naked.
face down, ass up.
It's cool.
That's the way we like to fuck.
It's cool. Yeah. So I like that.
Did you get into the fappening when that shit went down?
No,
I don't even know what that is.
the fappening was when all those pictures were stolen off the cloud, like, and they were released. I saw some, but I didn't get into them because they were just pictures. Yeah. But like, you know, like the girl from Mad Men, the big boob girl, the redhead, Joan Holloway on Mad Men. Hers were on there. I had to kind of see her naked because she's like
Yeah.
bombshell, big girl.
You have to
like
see what's
I had
going
to see
on.
her naked, and it was nice what was going on. And then there was like Kirsten Dunst.
Ugh.
There were a bunch. I do know some of them. I'll tell you that. Oh, and there was the most famous one was, what's her name? The girl from the Playbook movie with what the hell's her name?
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence was like the famous
What?
one. Oh, also, what's her name? The little girl, Hermione, I think was one of them.
Hermione Granger.
Yeah.
She's all grown up now.
Yeah,
Emma
there were a
Watts? Is that her
bunch of
name?
them.
Emma
Yeah,
Watts?
there were a bunch of them, and all these girls were like pissed, like because they're like, don't look at them because like that's you're contributing
Yeah.
to the assault, and like I do feel kind of like that because like, but like they took those photos. Like my dick isn't gonna get on the cloud, and I'll tell you why. I don't take photos of it ever. I'm not saying I haven't focused my camera on it, but I never click.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not worried.
Cloud's not safe.
I'm
You're
not
famous.
I'm not worried about it because if somebody wants to blackmail me with
They
it,
can't.
I'll be like, go ahead.
Yeah, they can't
put it on
blackmail
the
you.
internet. It'll only make me
Yeah.
stronger and better.
and
more
some of these
popular.
women have been nude in movies, so they're like, you know what? It's not a big deal, but like,
No, what I'm saying is that now that we've got this internet porn on our phones, right? People are jerking off. I do it. I prefer the iPad because it's bigger, but people jerk off with their phones now, not your
right.
computer, right?
Imagine that.
But listen, you've got a camera, a microphone, and all this hackable shit on
they
your
can see you
phone.
jerking off. I
So there
thought
could
about
be
that.
people in like a Nigerian call center scam place, where they're there's have like a legit call, hacking place.
they
and
can only
they
use
could
it
be
as blackmail though.
no, they hack your camera and they got videos and they put it together like a mashup. They're like showing on a video like what you're jerking off to, and then the other camera, like your selfie camera, showing all your weird faces during
Yeah, they could
jerking off
blackmail you.
and all the weird stuff.
You
and
know-
they could be like, oh yeah, you could be talking all dirty to the camera and stuff, and they're recording it all, and then you just
And
get
you
it.
get that,
you get it in
that
your
O
email.
face. You're like,
So you get it in your email, and they're like, "Hey, look at this. Give me $1 million, or I'll put this on YouTube." Right? But like for me, I thought about that, and I was like, "Go ahead. You want to see what my ding dong looks like? You want to see what
Yeah,
I
you
look
don't care.
jerking off? Check it out."
you know what the crazy one that happened over COVID was all the Zoom meetings people got caught doing weird shit with. One
Yeah.
guy.
They didn't know they were on
Yeah,
camera.
one guy thought he closed out his meeting with all the people,
Shit.
and all these women, everybody from his department is sitting there, and he goes and he gets a pack of tissues and lotion, and they're like, "No, somebody call him! No, don't do it!" And he sits down and he starts jerking off.
Yeah, it was a
Your life-
reporter. It was like a CNN guy.
Get the fuck
Your
out of
life
here.
has got to be ruined at that point.
See,
Yeah, he got
this is-
fired. He got fired.
This is the thing.
And
You got-
he's jerking off to one of his employees that was on the chat. He thinks he's off, and he's looking at the girl because there was a hot girl on there. I'm like, I know he thinks he's looking at her doing it.
Mac is
That's
worried
why
ab-
he went and got the lotion.
Mac is worried about Google. They definitely have got videos of me jerking off and what I'm
Oh,
jerking
yeah, that's
off
what I'm
to.
saying.
They've
Oh, I
got-
bet they do.
They got a whole server room dedicated to like the country's people jerking off, and they've got an algorithm running through it, like who's the most powerful people on the video.
Yeah.
How can we get them to vote what we want them to
Yeah,
vote?
yeah,
like they've
exactly.
got it all.
Yeah.
Which leads me to another point, like
Who we on right now?
Macca.
Macca.
POV.
POV, what a great one.
That was gonna be one of mine too.
Yeah.
That's a newer one of the
POV.
the technology. But what a great fucking
POV is turning into like a
POV edging.
POV like
turning
the
into
fucking-
like 3D.
you can if you have the money and you want to spend the money on it, you can buy a machine that you put your penis into,
I want one.
and you can live chat with a woman who has a dildo that's connected to that machine.
Oh my god.
And you fuck the machine like you're fucking the chick.
My
It's just
online-
all cam and conversation.
Virtual reality.
Unbelievable.
That's where
my
it's-
online gaming time might be cut in half moving forward. I may be doing other stuff on the internet.
It's just all leading to robots.
What's the next one?
Well, one of my categories is a subcategory. It's something we've talked about on the show, but just, in case you hadn't heard it before, it's a subcategory of the glory hole. It's the milking table. And I like it better than the glory hole because the glory hole is like, a glory hole is a
It's
very
seedy.
glory hole is a very specific thing. It's a, hey man, there's a hole in this wall. You put your dick in it and you have absolutely no idea who's on the other side. Could be a dude, could be a chick, could be somebody hot, could be somebody disgusting, but they're going to get you off and then you're just going to walk away. I'm not ready for that. The milking table is a lot more intimate. It seems like you go there, you've got a partner, you lay down, they service you, you leave. That's for me.
You know how many problems that would avoid? Like all these guys that like.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of guys do treat women as objects, like really bad.
A lot of women treat men like a source of income, and
No, of course.
that's kind of
but,
like an object. I mean,
but there's nuances to everything, and like I think some of these guys, like, it's like some guy in my hair group told me that like he goes, women only want money. I'm like, if that was the case, like I'd never get any ever. Like it's not
No.
true.
no.
And like
There are a lot of women out there that want
No,
a
of course
dude
there are.
for money, but that's not all they want. They're wired
there
just
are.
like we are. They want some
Yeah.
ding dong.
Are you? Did you do you did yours right?
I just
the
said
glory hole thing. Okay,
I
let me
just
do
said
mine then.
milking table.
Milking tables.
So mine is I don't have the category search because I can't remember it, but it's and I couldn't find it when I looked, but it always comes up for me. It's these super high def, passionate porn videos that are very, very classy, but they're hardcore porn too. And the girls are like
Is there
the most
music
beautiful
on in
women-
the background?
Yes, and the girls are like the most beautiful girls you've ever seen, and like the guy is like in super shape with abs, and they got like the best like most choreographed like artistic scene.
Sounds
but,
like Skinamax.
no, but it's hardcore porn though. Yeah.
Skinamax, they don't show a lot, just some boobs and some
No,
thrusts. Some
if you
thrusts.
listen, that used to do it for me, but if you watch that now, it's really bad.
Yeah, you're like, they're not even fucking.
Yeah, he's humping her stomach. Like, what's going on here?
People are desensitized to porn. Like you need more
Yeah.
and more like stuff to get you
Yeah,
off, which is good because we keep coming up with plenty of it.
Yeah, but I remember one time that I jerked off 7 times in a night using
Holy
Skinamax.
Damn.
Now I don't have that in me now. Not
No,
even close.
no.
In fact, now
You have the
just,
skin
now
on your
just
dick?
fucking dust comes out now, anyways, because of my vasectomy. For some reason, like there's nothing left. It's just
That's sad.
yeah. Used to be like a shotgun. Now it's
Do you have
like
more?
now it's like a
Do you have more categories?
broken slingshot.
I got 2 left,
Keep going. You can go forever. Go ahead.
and I want to. This one comes with an asterisk, and you guys know why. Massage, but
similar to
specific
milking table.
a specific massage, the Nuru massage.
What the hell's that?
Oh my
See?
god!
See this? This is what I'm telling
We're
you.
learning stuff.
He knows about all kinds of sick shit.
He's
that
up
you,
to sick
even
shit.
you and I don't know
This,
about.
in fact, I think this list is bullshit. I think there's an even sicker list in your head that
Nah,
you don't want to
man.
share.
What's the Nauru massage?
I just wanted,
No,
to, I just
Nuru-
wanted to give you shit, but
yeah. Nuru massage is. You guys would fucking love it. You just Google it tonight or whatever you guys do. Find it. It's all over your shit. It is a massage technique. It's real, where the women, you'll go to a place and a woman. It's like they use their body as a massage, and they fucking
with like oil and shit.
yeah. So in the movies they take you and they shower you, get you all cleaned up.
Ready?
And then you go and you sit on like an air mattress, and they just cover you with this. It's some sort of massage oil or whatever, and
I
then
get
lubricant.
claustrophobic.
they just use their body to massage you. And then obviously in the movies,
It turns into
leads to
sex.
fucking.
Okay.
But I think
It's
that
logical.
if you were to go to,
You think it's a real thing though, too?
it is a real thing, because the last time I was
I've had it. I've had it happen.
You've had a new room massage.
No, I've had sex with a girl after she massaged me. Like I hired her to do a massage, but then
Oh,
like
yeah.
things turned into other shit.
Yeah, right.
yeah,
right.
I
But that's this would be that, but this specific like Nuru massage.
I want one.
I've never been to place where they even like walked in a place where they do like bad massages. Not bad, but you know what I mean, good massages. Never been to a place.
Happy ending.
Yeah, like I don't even like I it's weird because like even like before I met my wife, you'd think that we would have gone to them.
I would.
Like,
I'm gonna own like a chain of them someday overseas, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna have
I
you.
would've gone
I'm
to
gonna
the-
have you guys come as like VIP guests, and I'm gonna be like, hey man, come on, bring the wife, come on out for the week, come, literally come, come check it out.
what
What?
goes next?
Well, I mean, you can keep going forever. One of the categories that I think is
I have
like,
one more.
all right.
too.
One category is that's a big one that is schoolgirl. It's like it's very specific. It's like the girl needs to pass the test, and she's like, it doesn't always have to be sometimes, but they're always banging like an authority figure, like the
Yeah.
coach or the teacher,
Principal.
or it's never like just two kids from high school having sex. It's
No,
always
no,
like,
no.
and I'm like, man, this is a.
Because you're not playing to them. The high school kids don't want to see high school.
It's a
schoolgirl.
very
They want-
specific
you know?
fantasy. Like she's in this schoolgirl outfit.
And we went to a high school with schoolgirl outfits.
Yeah.
It was really bad. It was really hard.
It was tough for the teachers.
Yeah, tough for the teachers, let alone us.
All right, what's your last one?
Oh, my last one is Gothic Nympho. It's a channel I like.
You're giving them a shout out like I
Yeah,
did 40 ounce
yes,
bounce.
Gothic Nympho, and I got another one. Leo Lulu. That's another one. They're a good-looking couple that has sex
All right.
intercourse.
I say my last one is a doozy for you guys.
I have a funny one for my last one.
So, have you guys ever heard of it predates OnlyFans, but have you ever heard of Chatterbait?
No.
Maybe.
Basically, it's like a webcam.
Okay.
You guys ever do the webcam?
No.
No.
Well, I stumbled upon.
I had one at one point, but like,
No, but like it's not like webcam on you. It's like a friggin' peep show. Like
Webcam.
never wanted to do that.
Webcam is its own category.
I don't
now.
need to see it live.
yeah, so
Yeah,
webcam.
oh, yeah.
It's
a big thing now.
yeah. So live, right? So like, so I had a little phase with them, but I didn't like paying because it was expensive.
And
It's free.
these loser guys spend half their paycheck to like take care of this chick who 50 other guys are taking care of too.
Yeah,
It's
right,
fucking
right.
unbelievable.
So I would
Stop
just
that.
kind of scroll and see the live action that's happening, and I'd stop on that. But after a while, I'd get into ones I liked, and then I'd find them on the sites. They'd record them and bring it over, and it was there's this category of what they do is like the title of like the show would be "Shh, my neighbor's here. He doesn't know the webcam's on or whatever." And so what happens in these webcams too is like the dudes are paying, and there's like a this is more future shit. The girl has a vibrator in her vagina,
Oh my god!
and they're
That's one of my
paying and
topics.
dinging her, and it's vibrating.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Hey, that is
So
one of
like
my
this
topics.
this chick is
I
like
forgot.
getting vibrated, and the guy's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?"
No.
And then they end up fucking.
Yeah, one of my topics was girls getting vibrated in public places. That was my
Yeah,
topic.
yeah.
Girls going through the Dunkin' Donuts drive-through. They're like, "Can I get a?"
Yeah.
And then like they're at the line at the bank or something, and the guy's somewhere doing it to them.
Yeah,
and she's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I just need to deposit money. I've watched that a lot lately.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's wireless
Not
sex.
so much to jerk off. I just like watching. it.
Wireless sex over the internet.
Yeah, it's so hilarious. It is so fucking funny. The girl's driving on like the roads and like they're trying to drive. She's like, I gotta fucking pull over. The girl's like, it's so funny. That was one of my like first topics. I forgot. I'm glad you brought it up.
This is not one of my. It's a category that I found amusing, and I was like, "Wow, this is very specific." It's not. All right. We've had the bang bus for a while, right? Like, I think every porn site has that. Like, girl does it in a van or something while they're driving in public, or they call it the bang bus, right? This cat, his name is Captain Stabbin, and he's got like a shitty little yacht of some kind. Okay, it's nothing fancy, but he gets these girls to go out on the boat with him, and he basically like they fuck on the boat, like out in the middle of the water, just out on the boat, right? Just whatever. And then always at the end of the episode, he like will throw the girl into the water and throw a life preserver at her and take off and leave her. And I'm like, that's fucking horrible. But like
Christ.
I'm not into like the message it's sending or whatever, but I'm just stating that enough people like it where it's a category. Because
It's
like
a thing.
if you watch Captain Stabbin', he's got all these girls that he just like the trailer at the beginning is the girl like splashing in the water like what the fuck, and he like throws like a life preserver at her and takes off. But then underneath that you've got like similar other guys that are doing videos like that too, like I do a chick on my expensive plane and then kick her out in the middle of nowhere.
Listen, you're hiding your searches too, but like there's some bad shit out there.
No, there's a lot of bad shit out
Two girls, one cup. We should watch it together on the show.
Oh,
I can't.
And we'll react to
I
it.
can't watch that.
Let's just do it.
I watched it.
Reaction.
I watched it once, and once was enough.
Come on, the audience will love it.
Here's what the stuff that's happening right now. The stuff you're talking about with the girl getting her vagina dinged in real time when guys pay for it. And I dated, as you know, I've dated a couple of strippers, but recently the last girl I was dating was a stripper, and I started hanging out with her and her friends who are also
Are you talking about the
strippers.
Costa Rican girl?
Yeah,
Is she gone?
she's back in Costa Rica.
Oh,
And
you still talk to her?
yes, I talked to her last night. And
There's nothing we can do. She's gone.
yeah.
Nothing we can do.
So, but I started hanging out with all these girls and just getting to know them as regular people, right? Behind the scenes. Went to a wedding with them, and they were all there, and et cetera, et cetera. And all of them have all these services set up in their houses now, where they're doing this.
So making
this
money on the side.
they're
yeah.
making like, so even the porn, like with the OnlyFans. See, before, if you wanted to like have a porn site where you could charge for it, you had to become popular first. So what happened was we had a ton of free porn. People were out there just putting everything out. Now they show you like a half of it, and they're like, if you want to see the rest, you gotta
it's
join
$20.
this. And then now it's shifting more towards there's more and more financial tools being put in place for these people to make money from home with porn, that like now the rest of us are going to start to suffer because we're not going to have access to all the sweet porn. It's going to be all locked up. You have to join some sort of service. So
Gonna
like
be paywalls.
so yes, paywalls, exactly. So like
But people are paying for it.
Do you know what's fucked up too is
we're going to have to.
there's the feet thing where girls sell their feet
Feet
pictures.
finder.
Now, also, my wife's friend sells her underwear, and the longer she wears them, the more money they go for.
Oh, dude.
Or if she wears them on her period.
For years.
And me and my wife, we were talking, like, we could sell your underwear, like, anonymously, like, for, like, $200 a whack.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
more if you wear them for a week. Like, I was like, do I really want a guy sniffing your panties? I'm like, I don't know. I like money, too.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it, does it make a noise?
Doesn't matter.
Fucking, you take
He's gonna
pictures
smell-
of your feet.
yeah.
Randomly
Send them your
feet.
panties. You wear them.
Oh, I told her. I said instead, I'll just wear it around for a week, and you can smell my balls, and like he'll just be like, "Wow, this girl is ripe."
Dude, can I just tell you that I just want to cover I want to cover two other topics that are relevant tonight, okay? And you just brought up one of them. For years in Japan, I mean,
Yeah, the
for
machines.
for years, they've had vending machines with girls' panties, canned panties.
Those sick fucks.
Sometimes urinated in.
Those sick fucks.
And so these guys will go buy, they'll go drop 50,000 yen in the machine. It'll shoot out a can, air sealed
He'll
can.
pop it open.
He'll pop it open and go,
no, he'll probably save it for when he jerks off.
that's
Sick
urine.
fuck.
That's
Oh, that's
pee-pee.
good pee. That's good pee pee. You know, it's funny is like you could probably get away with guys wearing it. Like, I know it's not exactly the same, but like. I don't know. I think you can get away with it.
I don't
Like,
know.
How do they know?
I think I think guys are
You think they know guys' balls smell?
I think guys are inherently grosser than females,
Yeah, no, I think
I don't
they-
know,
But
yes.
they want gross.
and that will go buy panties out of a fucking vending machine. I don't see a lot of women doing that.
No, I don't mean that. I mean just wearing the panties around and like faking like your wife's selling them.
Dudes-
Actually,
Yeah.
Who knows?
that's a bait and switch.
Who knows what's going on?
Listen,
Yeah.
there was. You guys ever hear of the show 90 Day Fiance?
I've heard of it.
I've never watched
Women
it.
will not buy dirty panty boxers.
No
by the
fucking way.
No way. Men are sick. And to catch a predator, not one woman was caught. All
Yeah,
men.
yeah.
All
right.
men.
Well,
Go ahead, sorry.
let me get into this because this is just furthers that point. 90 Day Fiance. It's some reality show about fucking getting married to a person, I guess, for
That you
90
just
days.
met.
Yeah. One of the stars of that, who happens to be an attractive woman, was selling her farts in a jar, and she was making fucking $35,000 a month selling her farts in jars.
Hey, baby, if you're listening, I'll fart in a jar, and then we'll sell them as yours. We'll put a picture in the front and everything.
Me and my little brother tried coming up with that idea when we were like 10.
Yeah,
we didn't
we
want to
used to try
sell
and,
it.
like, jar them.
We wanted to weaponize it.
You
Right.
want to
Well,
save it.
so this she did it, and she was, I don't know if she was making bank, but she must have been farting too much, and she ended up in the hospital. So she had to quit. She was making fucking.
You think she
shit
was
ton of
taking
money.
laxatives and stuff to generate
I always
gas?
think of Miralax, because Miralax makes my farts stink.
That's insane. One story I wanted to share was this, right? Like in a different life, I used to work at Verizon Wireless, right? Big cell phone company. And it was a while ago, and the technology is different now, but like, because we have cloud. But back in the day, right? Everybody, when you got a new phone, you had to switch your photos over to the new phone. And they used
They
to
had to
be
do it there.
There used to be a machine that you would hook
yeah.
it up to
Yeah,
do
they-
it. But sometimes later on down the road, we had other ways to do it. If the machine wasn't working, we could do it via Bluetooth. We could put it on a memory card. There were other things we could do. But I can tell you this: 100%, this was a real thing. All the Verizon stores, everybody was in on it. Everyone knew about it. We used to pass them around and stuff. When people would hand us their phones, especially if it was like an attractive person, like guy, girl, whatever, because there were girls that worked at
You'd
Verizon.
find out if they-
I had girls that I worked at Verizon with that would look at guys, dick pics on their phones and like pics of them. So basically, like people had lots of porn or naked photos of themselves and their boyfriends and girlfriends and husbands and whoever, their partners, right, on their phones. And so if you worked at a cell phone store, like you had access to it, and there was just nothing that they didn't really know you did, or they didn't care or whatever. Yeah. But like we would start, we had all these active cell phones there for test purposes so people could come in and use them. Those things were wired. They had phone numbers. So we had those phone numbers. So we would like text and send the video and or anything to the other phones and then delete it so that they didn't know that we did it. And we had, hundreds at our store. We had hundreds of pictures of the customers' private parts and tits and dicks and everything. And like that was a thing at all wireless stores. Wow. So I have to assume it was going on coast to coast.
Yeah, right.
And if we're doing it, the people in like
it's not like you.
How long before some Chinese kid got the idea that like, oh, look at these girls, I'm gonna take their pic. Like this has got to be a global thing, and just no one really talks about it.
There was also those websites.
I think you just exposed some shit.
Hey, I hope everyone liked the show this week. If you liked it and we missed anything, don't be afraid to send us a little email at tmnbart at gmail.com.
Yeah, tell us about your porn.
And if you've got some categories, hit us up on the IG. That might not be a real thing.
Videos
on Instagram.
Of your own, we might judge them for you.
We will not post them on anything, but we will watch them.
We will watch them.
Yeah.
And just be careful with your photos and videos when you go to the cell phone store. It's less of a thing now. See now Apple and Google have them all, and they're in
just do it at home.
Yeah, you're still those files are out there and they exist. They're just held by corporations instead of like a million random dudes working and girls working at these little stores. But those are out there. So, all right, hey, we'll catch everyone next time. Go get somebody's hoochie off.